Hi everyone, happy, what day is it? Wednesday. So welcome to today's tutorial. Wow, that's a mouthful. So today we are going to talk about the saw, and I'm really excited to take you all through this exercise. There's a lot of moving parts to it, and there is so much value to this exercise, but I really think that the value comes in the details. And if you are newer to Pilates, or if you haven't uncovered this, hi Maggie. If you haven't uncovered the magic to this exercise, just keep working with it. Slow it down, investigate. This is one that you really want to talk to yourself through, like coach yourself, okay? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through the exercise. Well, my past self is going to go through the exercise, and then we'll kind of go from there. And I already have a few questions that have come in, but feel free to pop them in the chat if you have some more that come up. I don't want to overload you with too much information, so I'm going to try to give you my two top tips that you can work on for this. So let me just make sure that I am going to. Okay. So you're going to start in a seated position, and I want to say that refer back to the spine stretch forward, because all of those tips to how to sit up straight, all of those things apply to this exercise, okay? So in Pilates, and why I love the classical Pilates system, is because we're just adding layers on our, we're adding layers to the skills that we've already learned. So we solidify a foundation, and then we keep adding on to it, okay? So the feet are hard flexed. My personal preference is to have my feet a little bit wider than my yoga mat, and you can go a little narrower. I wouldn't really go wider, but you can kind of play with that a little bit. You're gonna reach your arms out to the side. Okay, palms are facing down. You're going to twist your spine. You're going to round and reach forward. I'm choosing to do 3 pulses here. That's sawing action. And then you twist, rotate, round the spine forward, and pulse 3, 2, 1. You can also simply just hold and investigate. We do 3 sets in total, alternating sides. Okay, pulse 3, 2, 1. Let's talk about breath on this rep. You're going to inhale, twist your spine. Exhale, round forward. Okay, and then as you breathe in, you roll up, and then you come back to center. We're going to do that one more set. Notice how my back thumb is turning down, and as I roll up, my palm is facing the floor. So look at that again, back thumb down, and then as I roll up, my palm sweeps out to the side, and then that is it. Okay, so my first tip with this exercise, I'm going to scrub back to the beginning, is... Sorry, I'm very excited. Okay, so in Pilates, I've said this already in these tutorials, whatever is stuck to the mat is not moving. And then whatever is moving, right? So right now, your hips and your legs are on the mat. They're absolutely not going to move. So the biggest first thing that I see is that as people twist their shoulders towards the right, for instance, the right hip pulls back, the left hip pulls forward. So how do you know if you've done that? Okay, maybe you're not sure, maybe you don't have a good awareness of where your body is in space. That's where the position you set yourself up on the floor comes in handy. So if you kind of notice, my feet are almost in line with the end of my yoga mat. And so I know that when I twist, I can do a little quick check-in and see, okay, did my left foot shift forward? Does my left foot look like it's longer than my right foot? Then I know I've twisted my pelvis, and then you pull that left hip back, okay? So that's my first tip. Don't move your hips. You rotate from the rib cage, okay? It's like the opposite. Yesterday in the corkscrew, we were twisting, our shoulders were staying still, and the lower half of the torso was twisting. Now we're doing the opposite, okay? Next tip, and this is going to answer Jody if you're watching. If you're not watching, I'm sure you'll watch later. Jody had a question, and I'm sure so many of you can relate, myself included, to this, about the back arm, so the arm that is going behind you. It is very common to get a lot of popping, crunching, and sometimes even some pain in the shoulder, especially if you have something going on in that shoulder, maybe a bit of inflammation, I don't know. And so that is going to be what we're going to focus on today. and I see really great results in this exercise when you know how to properly place your shoulder, okay? So we'll go through it now slowly so I can teach you that tip in real time, okay? So my palms are facing down, and that's a really important detail, and you'll notice that my hands are directly beside me. They're not one in front, one in back, they're directly beside me, okay? I'm gonna take my first position, I'm gonna twist, and I am asking my body to twist as much as I can without my arms. So you see that? I wore stripes just for this. No, I'm just joking. That's a nice coincidence. But I'm not going to bring my arm forward. I'm only twisting as much as my upper body can twist, okay? Then you're going to start to flex the spine forward, bringing your pinky finger towards the outside of your baby toe. Now just know that that's like a direction. It's not an instruction. That's the direction you're going, and if you're not going to get there, there's no need to disrupt. You twist the pelvis, untwist the spine in order to get there. So let's go to that second checkpoint. Okay, so look at the position of my back thumb. I've turned it down, and I also want to say anatomically, once you start to flex your spine forward, you're going to be able to rotate your spine more, which means your arm can end up behind you. And then the other part of Jody's question was she just kind of leaves her back arm out of the equation to begin with. That's more than fine to do. Okay, so now when we're in this position, you want to try to think, I'm twisting to my right side here. So I'm thinking, it's not happening, but I'm thinking about bringing my right shoulder on top of my left. So I'm trying to rotate from my trunk, okay? The back thumb is turning down. Now, I'm gonna see, I wish that I could put this in slow motion. Watch my back hand very carefully as I roll up. So I'm gonna turn my palm, I'm gonna pulse. I'm gonna turn my palm to face down. And what I also did, because what did we just learn? You twist as much as you can without your arms and shoulders moving. When you flex, you can twist further. Okay, so when you start to roll up, you turn the back palm to face down, but you have to bring the arm forward a bit more to accommodate for the fact that you're losing a bit of that rotation. I hope that makes sense. So let's clarify that again. You twist, you're able to twist more when you bend forward. So therefore your back hand can go further behind you. Once you start to roll up, you're going to have to sweep the arm forward and turn the back palm to face down, making sure it aligns with that same twist position. Okay, then you come back to center. Okay, so let's watch that on the other side. I'll shut up and you just see what you can see. And watch as my arm sweeps forward. Okay, so your rotation is always going to dictate what's happening. Sometimes it's nice to just even watch. Because when we're working out, you're like kind of watching, but not watching. Okay, we're gonna do one more set. I'm just gonna let you watch what that backhand does. And a little quick tip here, look where you're going. Right, you've heard that already before. Okay, come back to center and then relax your arms down. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it back to the intro screen. And a little drill, this is something I work on with my private clients a little bit more, the function of the shoulders. So if you reach your arm out to the side, understand that you can rotate at if you hold your if you hold your upper arm still, you can rotate at the elbow joint. You can also rotate at the right. You can also rotate at the shoulder joint. You're going to see on my balcony. So see how I can rotate here. So I would also play with, okay, can you rotate your upper arm bone in the shoulder joint without your shoulder twisting with it? Like, do you have that skill? Is it crunchy? What do you feel? Okay. And then just kind of explore that. So I think that's a lot of information already on the saw. So let's just do a quick recap before I end this tutorial. So tip number 1, do not let your hips move. Okay. And then tip number 2, Remember that the back thumb is going to turn down when you're bending forward, and then the back palm is going to turn to face the floor, and you're going to slightly bring your arm forward in space once you come up to your twist before you come back to center. So always thinking about, it's a 4-part series. It's a twist, it's a bend, it's a roll up, and it's a back to center. Okay, so take your time with this one, play with it, explore it, and keep working with it, because as you do it more, you'll get more flexible, you'll get more out of it. It's a really great exercise. I think it's very unique and special to Pilates. So thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to comment, share all of the things, share on your Instagram. Thank you, Jody. I hope that helped. Some food for thought. So this Friday, again, I'm saying this a lot, but we're going to be going through all of these exercises in a live workout on Friday on the Anonymous Pilates Club. So there's a link directly below this so you can subscribe for a 14-day free trial to see if it's a good fit. I think this is an awesome time to jump on board with us, because I think all these tutorials are going to help set us up for success, and be a really great resource for us moving forward, because Pilates is like an onion. You can always peel back another layer. There's always more to learn, and that's why I love it, and that's why I love sharing it with you all. So have an amazing afternoon, or whatever time of day it is, and I will see you tomorrow for Swan Dive. That's going to be a big one, okay? A lot to learn there. So if you have any questions, shoot them to me in advance, because I'm sure I'm going to get a few. Okay, bye everyone.